And they're constantly formulating things, and what they do is they find the best scientists. We've actually won Nobel Prizes for some of our products, and they go out and they find the natural sources that they can to help produce a result. So, yeah, that's good. So for example, would anyone disagree that we have a pretty serious health problem in our country? I mean, we could spend a whole day talking about that I'm supposed to outlive my children who are 13 and 14 years old. I mean, that's just crazy to think of, but my son who's 14, 2 of his classmates are in the hospital right now. One with digestive issues, one with a gallbladder issue. At 13 and 14, and he comes home, he's so concerned for these classmates. And I mean, when we see the body, and if you look at the incidence of cancer, 1 in 2 people are getting cancer today. It used to be 1 in 4 in the 1990s, and it used to be 1 in 12 in the 1950s. You have to stop and go, wait a minute, we're doing something so dramatically wrong, and especially when you consider that it's mostly organ disease that people have. When we're putting these toxins in our bodies just can't handle it. They don't know how to filter it. Can you vote for me? Thanks. I love when people say to me, Kelly, you know what, I have to check with my doctor before I see if this is okay to put in my body. I feel like saying, have you checked with your doctor before you put this in your body? This would concern me a little bit more. I mean, seriously, you just found the best superfood on the planet, and you're gonna, okay, go ask your doctor. I will cheerfully talk to your doctor, but do you ask him before you go through the drive-thru and the freezer section? So it's everywhere. I mean, even if you're not even thinking ice cream, all of a sudden there you are at the ice cream, driving by the ice cream place, and you find yourself pulling in for a blizzard. So our food is nutritionally bankrupt. What we're putting in is actually taking good energy away from what we're putting in our body. It's taking away good enzymes. Thanks. So our bodies are paying the price, without a doubt. I was just recently at a conference in Miami, and they asked us to just go around and kind of share our Isagenix story. And they gave us like 30 seconds. Just how many people can you talk to and share your story? Every single person that I spoke to started out with, before Isagenix, I was tired. And it just really hit me. Oh my goodness, people are tired? I don't even know what that is. Like, I wake up, my feet hit the floor, I go all day, I don't need a nap. I've got energy to spare, and it's because of the only place that you can get energy from is good nutrition. And your body being able to sleep, and the stress being low in your body. So we don't want that to be the case for anyone. So this is a cleansing and fat burning solution. This is what most of the people in this room who have started Isagenix are using. This is what we call our President's Pack. So it has a few extra goodies that the 30-day pack does not have. But let's get a couple of testimonials. Linda, what day are you on?
14.
Day 14? And what have you noticed?
More energy, definitely more energy. I'm sleeping much better.
Okay.
I mean, I am not waking. I'm like sleeping before I get home from work. I go home from here. I go home from here, I don't care if it's 5 o'clock, I am in my pajamas on my couch and not moving because I'm ready. And I sleep through the night, which I never do. I lost a decent amount of weight and inches, and I'm loving it.
In 14 days. I mean, if someone could sleep better, that's priceless. We're in a sleep-deprived nation. If you look at the fact that people are taking drugs to go to sleep, drugs to wake them up in the morning, if you look at the incidence of car accidents since they started dispensing sleep drugs, because people wake up in the morning and they're not alert. They don't have reaction. People are having crazy car accidents. So just being able to have quality sleep, and when you sleep, that's when your body is supposed to detoxify. That's when the melatonin comes out. It's like the garbage truck of your body gets rid of all the toxins. So if you're not sleeping, that detoxification isn't happening. So not sleeping increases your craving, your appetite. So you might not even be thinking about food, or maybe you just ate, but you just feel like you need to eat all the time. And that's all connected to sleep. So just one thing, sleeping better, is just connected to so many other things in your life, like having more energy during the day, detoxifying. Okay, good. Dan, how about you're on?
I don't know.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out. Like 17, I think? 17?
Yeah, it's like 15, 17 days, so I am definitely sleeping.
Okay.
And that's good for me.
And I've lost about
Far-reaching effects.
8.5 pounds.
8.5 pounds. Okay, good. Awesome. Yeah, that's really good. How about Suzanne?
Well, I've lost 8 pounds and 13 inches because I did measure before. And even though, you think that seems like a lot, it's not all in one area, but, you're measuring your neck, your chest, your abdomen, your thought, even the area above the knees, dropped a half an inch there.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
So those results are really good. My rings are falling off. So I feel like the inflammation in my body is being released. That's one of the things I notice almost right away. That, you know, you don't feel that bloating, you know, kind of,
Good.
you know. And
So let's do one more. Justine, I think you're the longest in the room.
Yeah, I'm on day 28.
Ooh.
And then I do the maintenance program. So, but my energy's up. I'm down 10 pounds, 9% body fat. But the biggest thing for me was not weight loss. I told Kelly this when I tried it. It wasn't weight loss, as many of you know that take my classes. It was my energy that needed to go up. And I don't know if some of you noticed our workouts have been harder.
Far-reaching effects.
Yeah, exactly.
Good, awesome. Yep, so these are some of the products in our 30-day system. Ionic Supreme. This is our signature product. This was the very first product Dr. Anderson formulated. 1 ounce has 100 vitamins, minerals, botanicals, adaptogens, and essential oils. That goes down and you know you just did something amazing for your body. I mean, you can go to Costco and get a multivitamin and swallow it and you don't really notice anything. You could have just swallowed arsenic. You don't really know, which is true. But when an ounce of this goes down, you know you did something amazing. Cravings start to go away because you get your minerals right, your chromium, your zinc, and so on, which is, would that be good for anyone, cravings to go away?
It's
Yeah,
definitely just
that would be awesome.
right away.
Yes, so 1 ounce every morning, you could do 1 to 2 ounces every morning. Increases your energy right off the bat. I have Italian clients who are heavy morning coffee drinkers who say, Kelly, I don't even want or need coffee anymore. So that just gives you an idea of the kind of energy that this gives you in the morning. Great to do before your workout. Right, okay, so this is our shake. This is one of the things that separates Isagenix. Is people say to me, oh, Kelly, well, can't I just walk into GNC or Vitamin Shop or somewhere, the health food store? There's a whole wall of vitamins. Why does this one stand out? And at the time that Valerie introduced me to Isagenix, I was the editor of Personal Fitness Professional magazine. I would get sent some stuff. Every company wanted me using their stuff. I had a pantry full. This was another thing to me. I didn't know what was different about it. At the time, I wasn't even taking any vitamins. I was of the thought that you can get everything you need from food. Well, the truth is, I would need to eat 14 bowls of spinach to get the same nutrition that my grandmother did in the 1950s for just the vitamin K. I can't eat that much spinach and everything else. I just can't. So in these shakes, here's a few things that makes it different. One is that we go to New Zealand, and I could spend a whole day just talking about the standards of how cows and animals are treated here versus how they're treated in New Zealand. So these cows are not kept in any way. They are free range. There's no drugs, no steroids, no hormones, no antibiotics. You don't find drugs in their food. You don't find plastic in their food. And so these cows, we call them happy cows, they do not have the immunizations that they do here in the U.S. Normally a bull takes about 7 years to grow to full size. In the U.S. they do it in 4. It's not natural. That is not normal. You don't want what comes from those animals in your body. So this shake, when you mix the powder with water, there's a live active digestive enzyme that's activated. That's good for digestive health. We want that. Some people do like a Greek yogurt for this. You get it right in your shake. Another thing is the quality of the protein, the fiber, the vitamins and minerals. Those are some of my favorite things about the shake. Vince, do you like your shakes?
Yeah.
Tell us about your first shake experience.
I don't know how, I got a blender and I just blew it up to like 72 ounces. I had to eat with a spoon. It took me like 4 hours to eat. 240 calories. It fills you up all morning. And I had a big, big appetite.
Okay, so would that be good to be fulfilled and be satisfied and not think about food right after breakfast? And be satisfied for a long time. Okay, good. So the shake's chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. It comes in, there's a black sesame, which we use a lot in our Asian market. We're in 13 countries. And this is our basic meal replacement shake. It is a certified meal replacement. So this would take the place of 2 meals a day. We'll go a little more. It's only 240 calories. We have an Isoline Pro shake. So for everyone here who's exercising, at the very minimum, I would suggest consider getting Isoline Pro. Use that for your morning shake if you're working out in the morning. And then an Isoline at night would be an option. Or if you work out at night, you can flip those. But within 15 to 30 minutes of finishing your workout is when you want to get one of these shakes in. Because you're replacing all the nutrition that you used in your workout. Low glycemic, every shake, no soy, no gluten, no casein, anything someone might be allergic to, they've removed. So no one should have any issues whatsoever with these shakes, so that part is great. Again, same protein, same active digestive enzymes, you just get more of them. So this has 36 grams. And a lot of times for women, it's hard for them to get protein in, so this is a great option. Thanks, Val. If you, for whatever reason, don't like or want whey protein, which is dairy, we have a dairy-free option. This is our vegan shake. It's a harvest berry flavor. It has white peas, chia seed, and hemp is where the protein comes from. 22 grams of protein. I use this one quite a bit. I'm A blood type, which tends to be a little bit more acidic, so less dairy is good for me. So I tend to use this one most of the time. It is delicious as vegan shakes go. If you've ever had a vegan shake, sometimes they're kind of gritty. This one is creamy and delicious. I think. So our shakes also come just in a pure protein form. This would be a great post-workout by itself. So it's not a meal replacement, but one scoop is giving you 18 grams of protein. This doesn't come in the 30-day system, but this is kind of an extra. You can bake with this, so if you were making oatmeal or maybe on a Sunday morning having pancakes, you can throw that in there. This is my friend Shane. He's from Texas. He's a certified personal trainer. He has his master's like me, clinical exercise physiology, training at the Cooper Clinic, if anyone's heard of that in Dallas. Someone approaches him with Isagenix, and he was a football player, and you could tell he worked out. And he was, kind of did what we all did in the beginning. No, thank you, not for me, not interested. And a friend of his mom got him to try it, and so he said, all right, well, I'm going to really put this to the test. So this was April. This was November. He won Mr. Texas, all natural bodybuilder. He's 40 years old. So that was, a couple of months of training hard. He used Isagenix every single day. He did cleanse days 1 day a week. He still does. I just talked to him today. Still does cleanse days. So he did use quite a bit of Isoline Pro. Thanks. Natural accelerator. I love this. Would anyone like a faster metabolism? Would that be a good thing? Yeah. Kind of after the age of 35, you feel like it starts going down. This naturally accelerates your metabolism with things like apple cider vinegar, cayenne pepper, green tea, cinnamon, all things that are natural, but they get your metabolism up. And they support your liver's ability to metabolize fat, because the liver just kind of gets slowed down and toxic with sugar and anything in your body that's foreign. So we want to keep that liver healthy. I will be taking this every morning for the rest of my life. Yeah, this is my friend Katie. So Katie is a mom. She had 4 pregnancies in 5 years. I met her at a mutual friend's Christmas party 2 years ago. I kind of feel like someone's following me. I'm like, hey, how's it going? She's like, I hear you're a trainer. Just want to see what you're eating. And I'm like, well, how can I help you? She's like, I never help all the time. We're always on. So she goes, I go, well, what are you doing? She goes, well, I decided I thought I'd train for a marathon because that would help me lose the weight. So I spent the year, I ran 20 miles a week. I went to the gym 3 days a week. I did all the classes. I only ate organic all the time. I hardly ever ate out. I go, how'd that work for you? And with tears in her eyes, she said, I lost 5 pounds in a year of doing all that. I was like, oh, sweet Katie. So that was at a Christmas party in December. January 3rd was her picture on the right. That was the 30 days, every 30 days she kept going until she got here. By June, she lost 50 pounds, and her husband lost 50 pounds. He just decided to be supportive and do it with her. He had never exercised in their 10-year marriage. He came home one day, he's like, I don't know, I just want to go to the gym with you. I don't know why, I just thought I was supposed to move. And she's like, who are you? What'd you do with my husband? But that's how you feel. And she's like, you've never even exercised. He's like, I don't know, I'm supposed to go to the gym with you. That's all I know. I just feel like I need to move. I gotta run. So that we've got thousands of stories like Katie, and she's a super mom. Go switch. Isoflush. So this is something we do at night. It does what it says. It helps to flush out the toxins. It gets them out of your body. I'm going to show you some really cool research in a moment. But it has all natural things in it. So we'll keep moving along. Magnesium is awesome. Getting toxins out. Okay, cleanse for life. So everything I've explained to you so far is part of our shake day. We have 1 day a week, or you can do a double cleanse day. There's 2 options on the schedule. And on a cleanse day is a day that you are drinking this nourishing drink throughout the day. So here's an example schedule. 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock. You're drinking 4 ounces. So by the end of the day, half this bottle or half that canister is gone, or 8 of those. You can get them anywhere that works for you because they travel. And in between, you're using Isagenix snacks. So what they did is they took the protein powder and they put it in a wafer form. So you can pop these in your mouth on the in-between times, like 10:30, 1:30, 4:30, and 7:30, to keep your blood sugar up. Have some almonds. You can throw in some fresh fruits and berries and vegetables and so on. So you can still eat on cleanse day. You are way better off doing your cleanse day, and if you need to, get a little bit of food in. But it's a day that we're staying away from meat, grains, and dairy. So we're giving our digestive system a little bit of a break. We're allowing our body to release fat cells, and you can do one cleanse day, or you can do what we call a deep cleanse, which is 2 back-to-back cleanse days. Those have incredible results. People release a lot of fat when they do the back-to-back cleanse day. You do what works for you, mentally and for your lifestyle and your schedule. So that's Cleanse for Life. Oh, there's my friend David. He's not too tough on the eye. So David's a personal trainer up in Canada, and same thing, had his hands over his ears, not interested. So someone said, David, look, don't you at least want the best protein in your body? Wouldn't you at least be willing to give it a try? So this was, he's actually 50 now, but on his 49th birthday. And basically what it is, if you want to Google this, if you're a little bit of a science nerd like me, it's intermittent fasting. So, it goes all the way back to biblical times, where you give your body a break on 1 or 2 days, give yourself a chance to release some toxins and fats. It's good for brain health, and it's just good for your digestive system and your body. So that's David. Okay, so this is one of our new products. David looks like that. This is our Replenish. This is legal on Cleanse Day. These are awesome. So this is a drink that you would use during a spin class, during a workout. Just even if you sit at a desk all day and you just feel like, ugh, kind of hit that lull, I want a little energy, put some of this in your water bottle. It has 50% more electrolytes, and you're not getting any of the artificial colors or flavorings, sugars that you're getting in others. When I have people taste this, and we've got some here for you to taste, I go, how does that taste? And they'll be like, great. I said, does it taste like it's loaded with vitamins? And they'll go, no, not at all. I go, good, because it's loaded with vitamins. So you're getting all that good vitamins in, but it doesn't taste like a vitamin water might taste.
Can I just ask you, why is
Yeah.
one packet filled 2 water bottles? It doesn't make sense to me.
You just do half. So I dilute it quite a bit more.
Oh, so you put it in like a big
Yeah,
thing.
I
just
dilute it.
wondered why they would package it that way. It's falling out all over.
You can kind of fold it and rubber band
Yeah,
it if you need
that's
to,
what I
but
did.
they have it in a canister. So you can just
Oh,
scoop
yeah.
the canister.
Okay, all right.
So you can do that, yeah. But I just mix a big one,
Okay.
and then I just pour and go. We keep it in the refrigerator or
Just big freezer.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Tastes good.
Iso-Delights. Has anyone had these yet? Iso-Delights?
I
We
love
say,
that.
kitties. I love them. Good, yeah, Jackie, awesome. So we say, friends don't let friends cleanse without Iso-Delights. So Iso-Delights are legal on Cleanse Day. And at first I was like, I remember calling Valerie, I'm like, aren't these gonna make me crave sugar? Like, why would it? But what they do is they come in milk or dark chocolate. It's just a little square, so it's 1 serving size. It's not a lot of calories, but it takes the edge off because you're getting in some good cocoa. You're getting in magnesium. You're getting B vitamins in. It gives you that little energy boost. Kind of takes that edge off if you just feel like you need a little something, and you're good to go. So we have some of those here for you to taste also. Okay, Isogenesis. This is our daily pack of vitamins for men and for women. So this gives you everything you need. Sometimes when I go and visit a client or they come to me and I'll say, bring me what you're taking. And there's like a chest of stuff that they have. And of this, I get this here and this here and this and they've got all this stuff and all these bottles and they've got little pill thing. They make it simple. The quality is high and it's all in one spot. So you've got your Bs, your resveratrol, your omegas, your women's or men's multi. You choose which pack you want. But the one in there that is the most amazing that no one else has and that we won the Nobel Prize for is something called Isogenesis. And what it does is it strengthens your DNA. Talk about a youthful aging formula. I mean, to be able to strengthen your DNA, that's one of the markers for death. When they go, oh, he died of old age. Well, something has to happen. Your DNA unravels so much on the ends that it actually is a marker for death. This will strengthen the ends of your DNA. So as you can imagine, when you're conceived, that's when your DNA is the strongest, and then by the time you're born, it's already multiplied a lot and broken down, and through the toddler years and the puberty years and so on, after 35, the DNA starts getting weaker and unraveled, and this strengthens it. So we got together with one of the best anti-aging, youthful aging scientists in the world and formulated this. So I'm going to let Valerie switch back over, and we're talking about, we're going to go Isabody and.
Isabody Challenge.
Yeah.
I sat there and I watched them select Jill as the Ice Body Challenge winner, and I sat there and said, you know what, this is crazy. I'm a trainer, I've been in this industry for how long? I need to have bunches of people up there. So I went back from that episode, and one came to mind. My nephew, who was 365 pounds, he lived in Hawaii, he was down on his luck, really not doing anything, and my sister-in-law mentioned he was getting very withdrawn. I said, all right, listen, you know, if you want to come out, I'll send you a one-way ticket. You can do this. And the first time I sent it to him was pretty funny. I sent him a text through Facebook, and I said, hey, big guy, want to lose some weight and make money? I was trying to be funny. He goes, hey, what, did you get hacked or something? I said, no, I'm totally serious. You got this. You could do it. My other sister went out there and visited and talked to him. He came over in November 2011, because then it was 2012 that he was entered into the Isabody Challenge. I mapped out that we would definitely take 100 pounds off of him. I knew by way of what we had ahead of us. He came that first day, and I left the shake on the counter with a note, take this, meet me at the gym, and the rest is history. Every single week from that point, he decreased his body weight. He increased his muscle mass. He lost 150 pounds overall. He saved his life. It was amazing, the people in the gym watching his experience, seeing it before their very eyes. Never a day was he sick, never a day was he injured. He was full of energy. He worked out sometimes twice a day, really hammering it out. The only one time that he went to his in-law, my sister-in-law's, and they gave him pizza and pasta, he didn't gain, but he didn't lose that weekend. So a tremendous success. He was one out of 4,600 entries in the finalists, the 6 finalists that went on to, he won $2,000 and a cruise. He took me on the cruise, nice. I was lucky about that. The components of, okay, bars, akin to the Isoline shake, in a more portable format. You've got something that can be with you on the go if you don't have access to water. Some people also will say that they like to chew something. Here's something to chew. Again, low calorie, kids like it. You have the protein in there, but the only thing that's, it's minus the enzymes. I'm sorry?
You want me to do the research?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so, yeah, this is some of the research. So, there's a guy in New York, his name is Dr. Paul Alceleri. He has been a 30-year metabolism researcher, and he got some money. And he said, I've got a grant to do some research on weight loss. I keep hearing about your company. Can I do some research with your products? So, Isagenix was like, absolutely, we will ship everything that you want. So, they took 54 people, put them through a study, and half the group did a heart-healthy Mediterranean-style diet. The other half did a heart-healthy Mediterranean-style diet with Isagenix, because you're still eating real food with this. You're just adding the supplements in. So what they found, this is one of my favorites, there was 3 times more toxins released in the bodies of the people who use the Isagenix products versus just heart-healthy. So what happens is you can release a fat cell, but the toxins are staying unless you're using Isagenix, and then the toxins are being released from the fat cell into the bloodstream and out of the body. Another of the findings that really impressed me and the doctor was that this was a non-exercise group, both of them. The Isagenix group had a 9% increase in lean muscle mass. And he was like, how did that happen without exercise? In 30 years, I've never seen people be able to put on lean muscle and increase in metabolism without exercise. 9% increase, and it's because of the protein, the quality of the protein that we use. So, everything was better. You know, fat loss was better, muscle mass was better, metabolism was better, toxins released were better. So overall, everything was amazing. So Isagenix actually does wind up saving you money compared to eating food. So the shakes are somewhere around $3 a piece, and they're a certified meal replacement. We also have shakes that are certified for athletes. It's an NSF certification if anyone is drug tested. So you don't have to worry about that. But if you look at what you wind up spending on groceries and dining out and fast food and lower nutrition food, you do actually wind up saving money when you look at the cost per meal. And, Dr. Michael Colgan, for anyone who's been in fitness, you may know him. He wrote one of the very first nutrition books, Optimal Nutrition, the Optimal Nutrition Guide. And he was one of 4 doctors, do you know that book? That I know who came upon Isogenics and shut down their companies because when they saw the quality of the ingredients in it, they couldn't compete. One of them is a very good friend of mine in Florida, and when he saw I was connected to Isogenics, he said, "Oh, Kelly, you sold out, I can't believe you're doing that." I go, "Well, will you take a look at it?" And when he saw Michael Kogan was connected to it, Michael Kogan was a mentor of his. He interviewed him for 3 hours. And then I said, "Here, we're gonna get you on the phone with the founders of the company." 3 hours. So being an entrepreneur, he went back to his nutrition company, which is right here in New Jersey, Universal Nutrition, and said, "I want the same protein that Isogenics has." So they got back to him and they said, "First of all, we can't even get close. Second of all, we'd have to charge you 4 times what we're charging you now. You'd have to pass it on to your customers." He shut down his nutrition company and he's on our Isogenics team. So that's the quality of the doctors that we have. You want to talk E-Shot?
I'll talk E-Shot. I'm the queen of E-Shot. And if I'm still standing here, there's nothing that's going to harm you in any of this product line. Because again, 6 years later, this came out, and that was the propulsion of the stunt that I told you about. Natural adaptogens are the secret to it. It's in the ionics, and that's what gives you quicker recovery. So hence the reason why I was able to get up the next morning and nothing, feeling like I did nothing. Took one of these when I was out on the mountain in the middle of that Spartan race, wrote straight ahead, right down to the finish line. It's apple and pomegranate juice that sweetens it. It's yerba mate and green tea, which are also natural, naturally occurring caffeine, not like coffee. It's less, it's like a cup of tea. And the adaptogens are the secret weapon. Israel Beckman is the scientist who devoted his entire life in Russia. I have some Russian friends that do kettlebell lifting, and when I showed them this, they said, "Oh, I take that, I take that." Oh, I can't even get that. Hence the reason why ability and staving off that fatigue factor is what happens with the E-Shot. 1 shot will last for 4 hours. Don't even put it in the same sentence with 5-hour energy, but people like to say it. It doesn't just leave you empty. It has some valid evidence to longer lasting ability. I do also have a client who mentioned right away, I'm dozing off at the wheel when I'm driving home with my kids in the car in the afternoon. I'm afraid I'm danger to them. Can I take this? I said, absolutely. 3 o'clock, fine. She said she went home, slept like a baby. Same thing. It's not going to interrupt your sleep. It's only going to give you what's necessary to perk you up.
When do you take it though? Like, so if you're using it in conjunction with working out, would you take it right before your workout?
20 minutes is what I probably would, but it's also, it can be effective right before you go and do something.
Okay.
But I've taken it that quickly.
And if you tend to get jittery from caffeine, would you get jittery from
No,
this?
and I can't.
Oh.
I've run the gamut. I've been without caffeine for 8 years, but the day before I got on Isogenics, I was guzzling coffee like there was no tomorrow, because I was desperate. I was looking for what was going to get me out of the bed. And my guts were, I was on Tums, it was just a horror. No, I take that in the morning. With the secret weapon is 2 Isodelites, an E-Shot, and the Ionics. That's it. I mean, it's rocket fuel, but it doesn't make you all shaky and stupid. It makes you clear in the head. You can multitask and accomplish so much more and really feel good. It'll perk you up.
Last weekend, 2 of the people on our team competed in American Ninja Warrior. Has anyone ever seen American Ninja Warrior? It's this unbelievable obstacle course that all kinds of different athletes do. So I drove to Houston to go support them, and it was 5 hours. And right before I got in the car, I had an E-Shot, and 5 hours in the car, I was alert, I was not jittery, I did not nod at all. It was awesome. And I also cycle with the Texas Flyers, so when I first started using this, they were like, "Kelly, what's going on? You just took out of the gate, we start a little bit slow and then we kind of work out. You went up the hill, recovered, you didn't even need to recover, you just kept going. We just rode for 50 miles and you look like you can go another 50. And that was the only difference. So that's how those E-Shots work.
You corner the market on recovery.
I have a question about that, and this is sort of a little off focus of what I think this product does, but having 2 college students, I just hear, and it's so scary, how these kids are popping these ADD pills that don't even have ADD, or ADHD, whatever it is, and just to get what you're almost describing. Is that something that...
This is a real calm, natural, what adaptogen does adapts to your body. So if it senses stress in your body, it's gonna calm you down. If it senses you're low and you have no energy and you need to drive 5 hours, it's gonna perk you up. Those don't have adaptogens in them, so that's one of the differences. But yeah, I mean, you could abuse anything.
And really feel good, you know, it'll perk you up.
Last weekend, 2 of the people on our team competed in American Ninja Warrior. Has anyone ever seen American Ninja Warrior? It's this unbelievable obstacle course that all kinds of different athletes do. So I drove to Houston to go support them, and it was 5 hours. And right before I got in the car, I had an e-shot, and 5 hours in the car, I was alert, I was not jittery, I did not nod at all. It was awesome. And I also cycle with the Texas Flyers, so when I first started using this, they were like, Kelly, what's going on? You just like took out of the gate, like we start a little bit slow and then we kind of work out. You went up the hill, recovered, I mean, you didn't even need to recover, you just kept going. We just rode for 50 miles and you look like you can go another 50. And that was the only difference. So that's how those e-shots work.
You corner the market on recovery.
I have a question about that, and this is sort of a little off focus of what I think this product does, but having 2 college students, I just hear, and it's so scary, how these kids are like popping these ADD pills that don't even have ADD, or ADHD, whatever it is, and just to get what you're almost describing. Is that something that
This is a real calm, natural, what adaptogen does is it adapts to your body. So if it senses stress in your body, it's gonna calm you down. If it senses you're low and you have no energy and you need to drive 5 hours, it's gonna perk you up. Those don't have adaptogens in them, so that's one of the differences. But yeah, I mean, you could abuse anything. I mean, I'm sure if you had 10 of
No, but I mean,
these.
if you've gotta sit and you've gotta study for the next 4 hours.
Yeah, this is gonna
This
give you
is where
mental
this came
clarity.
from.
Yeah.
Eric Coover, the son of the founders of the company, he went to Sukcho and he said, can you possibly make an energy shot that's not harmful to you? Because he watched all of his, fellow students go into study Hampton Hall when they were cramming for exams with loads of that garbage, 5-hour energy, and then going over to Starbucks to drink, and you're shaking out of your mind. You're burning out brain cells and God knows what else, Monster, all of that. It's poison, it's absolute poison. This is something that is healthy for you, and 12-year-olds, if you allow them, I've got some of my clients' kids drinking that, fine.
Is that good for jet lag?
Oh, yeah.
Because,
Yeah, for China,
Oh,
yeah. So, here's kind of an idea of what you can expect. We don't make any medical claims, we don't pretend to cure or treat any diseases, but what I will tell you is that I now have 7,000 people that I and my team are working with in the last 4+ years. All day long, I'm getting messages, I'm getting phone calls, I'm getting Facebook messages saying, I can't believe how good I feel. This thing that was an issue for me, it's no longer an issue. So, we're not saying it's gonna get you off medicine and cure your allergies or anything like that, but we do hear some pretty incredible things all the time because the beauty is your body's amazing. And when you get it right, it's gonna respond in very positive and far-reaching, amazing ways. Good. Here's, what might be a typical mom. It doesn't have to be that way. And with Isagenix, we see these kind of results all the time. Go from a size 12 to a 4. These are some of the athletes. One of the ladies in Isagenix, Kathy Savage, she is an incredible coach, and her specialty is fitness competitors. Every one of her fitness competitors is on Isagenix, and she has the most winners. I mean, they will go to a show and they will take the top in every category. Even for healthy aging, it is never too late for anyone. It doesn't matter how much damage you think you've done or how old you think your body is or toxic, it is never too late. Anyone can experience youthful aging. I'm going to skip this video, it's our Isabody Challenge. We do have a full skincare line, and just like the other products, it's incredible. There's no parabens, there's no animal testing, there's no toxins, there's no fragrance. It's a complete system. Like the nutrition systems, it's a complete skincare system. And it works well from inside out.
This I have to tell you, year after year, going back to the convention and seeing people from the year before, it's again mind-blowing because the youthfulness in people's faces is incredible. It's absolutely making people younger. I can say that.
I just switched my photos out on my Facebook page, and I realized that the last photo shoot I did was right before I started Isagenix, and people, my Facebook blew up, were commenting on how much younger that I looked. And even Elizabeth, who I haven't seen in 15 years, said, you look like you just got out of college again, and I'll be 46 this year, so the skincare works. We are actually redoing our whole product line, just the graphics of everything is about to change, so you'll see some changes in the products as they're available. And you know, again, it's a daunting problem that we have with our kids starting early, and this is a safe line for kids as well. And there's Frank, this is Valerie's nephew.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he trained right here in Far Hills and P-PAC and
He was 367 pounds on the left and 125 or 30 lighter there, but then he went on to lose more by the time we got to the celebration when he had to go for.
so if what you're doing isn't working, are you willing to try something different? If what you're doing isn't working and you've tried many things, why not try something that you know works? So these are some of our clients, people who are on our team. That's Josh on the bottom, 28 pounds in 30 days. That's Alex on top, he did 30 pounds. Now, it looks like the typical corporate guy that you might see sitting at a desk on the left, and on the right he looks like an athlete. This is Victoria, she's a doctor, clearly a smart woman. She had the information, but her life was just kind of spinning out of control and unbalanced, and toxins building up. Size 12 to a size 4, that was in 16 weeks. This one is 30 days, that's Maria. But big difference. So these are two of my friends, they're on my team. I enrolled them, Russell and Lisa, both personal trainers. I was speaking to a group of personal trainers in Dallas about metabolism, detox, energy, youthful aging. Russell comes up to the stage at the end, he goes, Kelly, will this work for me? I'm gonna be 40 in 10 weeks. And I said, Russell, this will work for you. You're a trainer, you know what to do. You know what? Do your exact same workouts. Let the only difference be Isogenics. And 10 weeks later, on his birthday, he sent me that picture. Same thing with Lisa. She's a boot camp coach in Arizona. She was in that same meeting. She got enrolled, and now she looks like a fitness model. So, how can you get started? There's basically 3 different systems, and you can choose your solution. Weight loss, energy performance, youthful aging, and there's a whole skincare solution as well. That top pack is for your whole family. So if you have, multiple people, you're thinking about your spouse, your kids, people at work, you want to get this in their body, that's the big pack there. The one that we talked about today was the Weight Loss President's Pack, and then there's a smaller 30-day system, which a lot of people in this room started on, that gives you kind of the bare bones to get you through an amazing 30 days. And if you wanted to take that basic system, but add Isodelites or something else to it, like Isopro, you can absolutely do that. You can mix and match any shake, flavors, and so on. They let you customize it the way you like. Good, I think there's one or two more slides. That's our co-founder, she's 63. 20-year-olds would love to have her body, yeah. And, ultimately you need to know your why. There's my husband, and my kids are they're growing so fast, and I want to make an impact. I lived here for 23 years. I come back once a month because my dad is not well, and I come to visit, and he's in the hospital quite a bit, and I walk through those hallways, and I know 90% of people are there because of choices they made that have to do with their health. And I leave there so fired up and so committed that I am going to do whatever it takes, whatever I can, to speak to any ears that will listen, to any eyes that are open, so that people don't have to wind up in those hospitals. And when people say, well, Kelly, isn't this expensive, $10 a day? You know what I spent last year on my insurance deductible? 0. You know how many days I spent at the doctor last year? 0. I drove other friends to the doctor, but nothing, not one thing. Most women my age have several specialists by now. Okay, rock star hair, friend's hair that's falling, what does that cost? If I need a dermatologist, I need hair care, and I need all these other things, I'm not on one medicine, nothing. I mean, if you look at the cost of being ill, I will cheerfully spend $10 a day to have my meals replaced and have the best supplements in me, so that I can have unstoppable energy to be available every day to do whatever I want for my family and everyone in my circle of influence, which is now all of you. So your goals become our goals. And so we'll just take any time to answer questions, individually as a group. We would love for you to sample some stuff. If you decide that you want to join, Suzanne could pass out some enrollment forms and we can help you get set up. It's really simple to do. They're actually doing free shipping this week until Sunday night. And then one final thing is we're starting a 30-day spring slim down challenge on Monday. So if you order today, you should get your products by Monday. So we coach you as a group, and the peak trainers here will be in on all of that. The 3 people with the most dramatic transformations will share into $2,000 in cash. And if you continue on in our corporate challenge, which is 16 weeks, everyone gets a $200 product coupon and a t-shirt, and that's the IsaBody challenge that Valerie was talking about. So you had a question?
I did. So you do this program, I guess for 30 days if you choose to.
Mhm.
After the 30 days, like, the thing that intrigues me is like, you know, the releasing of the toxins and things like that. I mean, do you go back to your normal life afterwards, like after the 30 days, where you could start maybe having coffee and things like that again? And then if you start, keep doing the cleansing, I mean, how does it all work, like after the 30 days if you're replacing it with shakes and things like that?
So I've been on it now for 4.5 years. I stick very closely to that 30-day system, except I do 1 shake a day. And sometimes I'll do 2, but mostly I do 1. So every morning, Ionic Supreme for the rest of my life. That liquid vitamin will be in me every morning.
So that's good, so you have that in the morning, and
Every
it's just
morning,
your shake.
natural accelerator,
Okay.
because I want that energy and I want that liver
Mhm.
detox. I do a shake every morning. My
Okay.
body about halfway through my workout, I'm not even thinking food, and then I'm like, just want that shake. I'm ready for that, so I'm thinking very shake. And then I have a snack, I have lunch, I have a snack, I have dinner. At night I do Isoflesh. And then I sprinkle other things in, like every morning, we have other products we didn't talk about. I put greens and fruits in my shake every morning. I'm going on a long bike ride, I'm taking an e-shot with me. Bars, I keep one in my top drawer. I'm usually like breaking a piece of that off, you know, throughout the day. Or if my son's got a baseball tournament, I'm not gonna be eating at the field, I'm gonna take a bar or a shake with me. So it becomes your lifestyle. And when you look at Valerie's transformation, she was consuming quite a bit of isogenics because it's just more convenient, it's more affordable. But you certainly can it's up to you. What I found is that people don't want to go back to the soda or the whatever it was they were doing before. It almost makes them feel sick. Like when Valerie said, well, Frank that one week had pizza and cake and whatever, and then you go, you know what, that's the old me, I just don't want it. So whatever works for you is what you do. But people have more long-term weight loss and maintenance with this than they do. And I'll just tell you one more quick story. I have a student living with me. He's a friend of a friend, drove down from Michigan to Texas, and he was 65 pounds overweight. He's the oldest of 10 children. His parents are missionaries. So he didn't exactly have an extra, say, $300 lying around. He's going to school full-time. He gets an internship, saves up the money. He gets his first 30-day system. He loves it. He keeps going. That was in January. By June, he lost 65 pounds, and he kept it off. And he goes home, and his family sees him. And they're like, Josiah, what have you done? We want some. So his whole family gets going. He has a family history of morbid obesity. That whole family has changed. That was 3 years ago. He graduates in less than a month. He's kept that 65 pounds off for 3 years now. So it's his life. He gets up every morning, he has these vitamins, he has the shakes, and he still does 1 cleanse day a week by choice because he loves it. It feels good. In fact, Justine, what did you call me and ask me about the cleanse?
I've asked you a lot of questions.
But what did you say about, can I do,
Oh, I
about
said,
the car wash?
oh, because I feel like it's an interior car wash, you know, you clean everything on the inside, which none of us really get to do. So I asked Kelly, can I do the cleanse once a week for the rest of my life? Is that okay? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, I need to do that because I have a crazy schedule, you guys know, and it just, it helps, and I feel detoxed and energy's up. I'm telling you, it's great.
Yeah. Yes, Elizabeth.
Well, if you do this, what else can you eat? I mean, you have to eat something beside that.
Absolutely, yeah. So when you get your 30-day system, you're gonna get a whole welcome kit. And it's very step-by-step, paint by number, follow this and you cannot fail. And we give you a whole list of, here's sample snacks and here's sample meals. And you can